booktube. So it's been a while since I last filmed a video, and that is because I've been taking on some more responsibilities at work, and I've just been feeling a little bit tired, and all I want to do after work is read and relax. So I just haven't made time to film any videos, but I'm back on it now, and I'm going to film a bunch today since I have the time. I'm going to finally film some videos on the last bit of books that I read in March and some of my April plans, and yeah, we'll see how many I do right now. So the first one I'm going to be filming is, of course, this one, the Friday Reads. Is one of my favorites to do, and I haven't done it in eons, it feels like. And I've been reading these books for quite a while, it feels like, because a couple of them are quite large. The Battle Cry of Freedom, the Civil War Era by James M. McPherson. And this one I started for March of the Mammoth. And this is one, along with the diary collection, that are rolling over. This one into April. And then the other one, because it's, I mentioned previously on that diary collection, they break it down into each individual day. It goes through from January 1st to December 31st. And so I decided, since I got all the way to April, I was like, okay, let me just pick it up back in April and start individual days. And it's a collection of many different diarists. Diarist, is that a word? Anyway, so this one is following the Civil War, from the pre-Civil War era and what led up to that happening all the way to, I'm not sure if it's going to talk about the Reconstruction era or what, but I am like this far into it. So I just have a bit more to go, and the last like 100 pages is notes. So I don't have that much more to go. I have like 100 pages left. But yeah, hopefully I can finish that this weekend. Right now, I'm gearing up to Gettysburg. And so yeah, things are getting exciting, if you can call blood and death and gore exciting. But anyway, and then an ebook that I'm reading, if I can get my tablet here to work, is The Peabody Sisters, 3 Women Who Ignited American Romanticism by Megan Marshall. And I adore this book. It's bizarre. I've had this on my TBR since I first heard about it back in 2017. Sorry, Fable's seeing something out the window. It's sorry if you hear noise as well. It's a really warm day, and so I have all the windows open, so you might hear some birds or Fable barking, or yeah, cars going by. Anyway, so I am loving this one. But yeah, it took me forever to pick it up. Like, geez Louise, I knew it was good. What took me so long? Anyway, this is following 3 sisters who are very, very smart and inventive for their time. This is taking place in the early 1800s in the Boston, New England area. And each of the sisters, Elizabeth, Mary, and Sophia, all have their own style, their own way of going about expressing their thoughts and opinions, but they're all still connected to each other. Even though, like, later on in their life, when there's men involved, there's a bit of competition and rivalry going on, but they still have that sisterly bond. And the mother, like, she was very, very influential in their life. She was a teacher, and she taught them, along with several other, like, for years, like decades, many other students as well. And so that really led the sisters to their own, giving them that strength to pursue things that weren't done back in the early 1800s. But so yeah, I'm really liking this one. I'm about a little over halfway through, so I have like, I don't know, 200 pages or so to go. So I want to finish this one as well this weekend, and then I can give my final thoughts once I finish it. And then the other book that I'm in the middle of is The Prairie Keepers, Secrets of the Grasslands by Marcy Hull. And this one is about northeastern Oregon. And when I first saw this cover, I thought, okay, prairies, I'm immediately thinking like Midwest. But it's not. I read the back when I think I was doing my TBR. I mean, not my TBR, my book haul. I was like, oh, now that I've actually read the back, because this was very cheap when I got it, because I normally don't do cover buys. Anyway, so I thought it was that. So anyway, it's set in Oregon, and in a very like secluded area, and that led it to having these grasslands, this prairie area that is like a native, like undisruptive area. So this woman who is a grad student goes from her university, she takes on a project to look at the hawks in the area and see why in this particular area are there so many. Like, she was saying how normally you have so many per square area, but this was like almost the exact opposite, where there's like, you know, 1 or 2 for the square area. This one was like 10 for this little area. And so this is her, like, it's like kind of like a memoir in a way, but also like a nature study. Because she talks about having to board with this like crotchety old woman in a way, because there's no apartments or like places to rent nearby. It's a very small town, and so yeah, who knows if maybe I'll eventually I'll be able to go over there and see it. I don't know, but at least maybe in that region it would be nice, because it sounds really. I've seen these pictures, or there's no other. I don't think there's any other pictures in the book, but yeah, I'm like halfway through, and so yeah, this is for sure when I want to finish this week. But the font, the one thing is the font is like super tiny. I don't know if you can tell, but maybe I'm just spoiled by my ebooks. But yeah, I'm just like, the font is so small. So anyway, those are my books for this weekend. As far as plans go, again, COVID's still going, and so I'm not really going to be seeing anyone, but we are going to the beach this weekend, because it's going to be a lot warmer. It's been very warm. Like I mentioned, my windows are open, and I guess like it's my first year here in Oregon, so I don't know exactly what the seasons like. When does it shift from like the rainy season to the warm summery season? But I guess it's unseasonably warm right now. It's very dry, and anyway, so it's gonna be like in the mid 80s tomorrow, and so I'm gonna make a trip to the beach, and like, to a place that has like a couple of like caves and waterfalls, and it's supposed to be a really nice place to see some like sea creatures, and so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm gonna bring probably this book, a physical book, to read with me. So yeah, I will be sure and take some pictures and then post them on my Instagram, because like my Instagram, I made it originally to be a Bookstagram account, but it's really turned into like nature and dogs. So yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, BookTube.